We are moving on to some other stories now. United States President Donald Trump has taken to social media to announce that South Africa will not be allowed to attend next year's G20 Intergovernmental Forum in Miami, Florida. In a post on Truth Social, Trump renewed false claims that a white genocide was unfolding in the African country. He also repeated his threat that South Africa would no longer receive funding from the US, a policy he put in place earlier this year. The message on Truth Social was the latest escalation in Trump's ongoing feud with South Africa, a country he has accused of shocking disregard for the rights of white Afrikaners. Trump has repeatedly cited such claims as he puts pressure on the government of his South African counterpart, Cyril Ramaphosa. Joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Arzu Seth with more details on this. Arzu, now we are hearing that US President Donald Trump has announced that South Africa will not be allowed to participate in next year's G20 Intergovernmental Forum, which is going to be held in Florida.
Well, yes, Donald Trump said that, South Africa will not be invited to take part in the next year's G20 summit in Florida after Washington boycotted the Leaders Summit in South Africa last week, which the African nation called a punitive measure against it. And also, the group of 20 leaders adopted a declaration on Saturday to address the climate crisis and other global challenges despite U.S. objections promoting the White House to accuse South Africa of weaponizing its leadership of the group this year. So now what the Trump has said that at the conclusion of the G20, South Africa refused to hand off the G20 presidency to a senior representative from a U.S. embassy who attended the closing ceremony. This is what Trump said in a post on social truth, and therefore, at my direction, South Africa will not be receiving an invitation to the 2026 G20, which will be hosted in the great city of Miami, Florida next year. So, South African President office called Trump's post regrettable. Ramaphosa said that since the U.S. delegation was not present at the summit last week, instruments of the G20 presidency were duly handed over to the U.S. Embassy official at the headquarters of South Africa's Department of International Relations and Cooperation. So a big statement from Trump where he said that South Africa will not be invited to the part in the next G20 summit that is going to held in 2026. Yes, Sivan.